Hello everyone, I'm Alice Langholt, the Executive Director of Reiki Awakening Academy, and I'd like to talk to you today about Judaism and spirituality. I was asked to talk about the connection and give a little more information for some people who might not know very much about Jewish practice and Jewish views regarding spirituality and healing. And so as someone who is a Reiki master teacher and also Jewish, I thought that I would just share some of my views with you, as long as you know that these views are just my own way of meshing my understanding of my upbringing with my practice and my current views on spirituality. So I'd like to begin by lighting a candle for peace. And let's say a little prayer for peace. Right now, the world needs peace very badly. So every little light that we can add and intention that we can send helps the world vibrate at a higher vibration and engages the prayer for peace into the energy of the planet, and hopefully to be absorbed into the energy that affects everyone. So if you would, for a moment, please take a moment, take a breath, connect with your heart light, connect with the energy of love in your heart. And as you look at the candle, think about the light of your heart reaching to touch the light of this candle. And think of sending that light in infinite measure, filled with love and peace and healing, to touch everyone on this beautiful earth who needs it so badly right now. And take another deep breath in, receive some more of that love for yourself, and with your breath out, send it out again. Thank you. So, so I was brought up Jewish, in not a religious family necessarily, but in a casually traditional one, let's say. It's called Reform Judaism, and it's really based on doing those things which are meaningful. And in my family, we would celebrate being Jewish every Friday night by lighting candles together and saying some prayers that just welcome in a special time of being together. We also celebrated Jewish holidays at home or at our synagogue, our temple, where we would have our place of worship. And it was all right. It was fine. I was comfortable with it. I accepted it. And yet there was a piece of it that was missing for me in terms of my personal relationship with the Creator, with God, with this idea of some infinite source that was supposedly there, but I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel that connection through traditional prayers. And in Judaism, that's okay. You're not in trouble if you don't feel it. You're not even in trouble if you don't believe in God. Though I wasn't sure. I was just ambivalent about whether or not I believed in God. And quite interestingly, I think, what brought me to have a more spiritual confidence was when I learned to practice Reiki. And that was at age 38. So it took a while to have that spiritual connection, and I'll tell you why Reiki brought that to me. In case you're wondering, just briefly, Reiki is an energy healing practice. It was originated in Japan in 1922, and it's a way of connecting with an infinite source of life force energy to help bring that energy to yourself or another person to help replenish you where you are off balance or where you might be depleted, to help bring your systems, mind, body, and spirit into balance and then the body is able to heal itself, and the emotions feel better, and it's just it's got all kinds of great benefits. So I learned Reiki, and I realized, I like this candle, but I don't know where to put it, so I'll just put it over there. And I realized at one point in my training that I could feel the energy physically in my hands. I can feel Reiki energy, which brings me information and validates for me that it's real. I needed an experiential connection to something outside myself before I could accept that it exists. And when that happened, everything changed for me. Because to go back to Judaism and what is it about, real basically, the main idea behind being Jewish is that there's one God. There is one creative source in the universe, and that God is a part of all of us and everywhere. In Hebrew, the word for this is echad. Echad is the number one. But in our prayers, in a specific, very short Jewish affirmation, not even really a prayer because it's not asking for anything. It just is a statement that says we believe in one God. And it's Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We believe in one God. And that finally really came home to me because I could feel a connection to this one source of energy that connects everyone. And in such a powerful way that it's not only just there hanging out, but this energy can be directed and moved and brought into a person's being as they need it to help them heal. And the idea that I could actually help someone feel better from anywhere in the world. I mean, I do distance healing all the time. That this actually works, can be felt, and the benefits can be received. That is a real life way to experience the oneness that this is all about. Not only is there a God, we are all connected to each other and to this infinite source of goodness, of love, of creative force. And how is this done? It's done by intention. And intention is also a way of praying. I mean, what is a prayer? A prayer is asking, it's two things. One is praise, and the other is petition. That's what prayer is. It's one of those two things. And in the case of it being petition, meaning asking for something, that is an intention for healing to go to something, or for someone's life to be better. And that intention through a prayer is expressed in asking the Creator to intervene and create the situation that is better for someone. In the case of Reiki, it's a little more participatory. It's saying, I am offering some of this life force energy, not my own, but through my connection with this unlimited life source energy, I am able to facilitate your ability to receive more through intending to connect and to offer this healing to another person. And they're very similar, as you can see. So what learning Reiki did for me is it gave me the way to experience the connection that I'd been learning about my whole life as, yes, there is a God, and God is in us and outside of us and everywhere, and it was like nice words but hard to conceptualize, and going to temple and praying and through with the prayer book wasn't helping me to feel it in a way that I could experience it. It was just words. And yet now, because I learned Reiki, and I can experience healing and the profound way that this is able to help other people, and I can teach other people to do this, I have a higher purpose. I have a confident and wonderful connection to this source of all creation, the Creator that we are all a part of in an incarnate form. And just a wonderful, beautiful spirituality that I carry with me all the time. And it doesn't interfere with being Jewish. Maybe if I go to temple with my family and we stand up, sit down, pray in Hebrew, maybe that's not doing it for me like still, but it doesn't matter, because in those times I'm with my community and sharing an experience. But I know that at all times I'm connected, and I know it because I feel it. So I hope that this little explanation has been useful. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're interested in learning any more about me or about Reiki, or if you have any questions, I invite you to just contact me and ask. You can find me at ReikiAwakening.com. Reiki is spelled Reiki, or ReikiAwakeningAcademy.com, which is the school that I run online where I offer classes. And you can contact me either way, and I'm happy to answer. So thank you, and thank you for watching, and may we all experience peace and love.